Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My people, how on a day? Anywho, welcome back to my channel. By the description, you already know what we're here for. I have my face with right now. I know you guys haven't seen me on makeup like this, so I was like, what better time to wear makeup if not this particular video, right? If you're just watching me for the very first time, I'm Mercyblack and I'm based in Lagos. Today I'm talking about why I stopped using makeup, or why I stopped wearing makeup in general. Some knew at a very young age because they were told regularly, while some of us there had to be like an event. Something happened that made us I'm fine, no. It's like I'm actually a pretty girl, I'm a pretty person, that sort of thing. So for me, got introduced to makeup when I was in secondary school ish, like got excited about it, wanted to try it on, wanted to use it, but I think until I got to uni proper, that was when I started to, try my hands on one or two. And in 300 level, I found out that I was obsessed with it and I just was dependent on it to look a certain way, just to look even as basic as possible. And I wasn't aware. So I studied theater arts and we had rehearsals early in the morning, like say 5 a.m. rehearsals, and we used to make jest of some people that would come for rehearsals around that time, fully baked, like their faces are heavy, brows, lipstick, everything was on point, and it was just weird. It's like, what time do you even have? Like, what time do you even wake up? I didn't know that I had an issue as well that was similar to that, even though I was speaking about their situation a lot of times. What happened? I was in 300 level and we had just finished class. So myself and a couple of my other classmates have gone to the hostel, and we're sitting and gisting. So somebody came over to our room and wanted to give us an information, a very important information. So while the person came in, I was seated on one of the beds, and I just noticed that there was a weird way the person was looking at me. I was like, "Why is this person looking at me in this weird way? Like, what's up? What's up?" But then I was just like, "Oh, just give us information and leave because we're gisting. Now let's go back to the gist." When the person was done, the person turned to me. I was like, Messi. So apparently, the Messi sounded as though the person wasn't aware that it was me. So that's why they were looking at me weirdly. Like this person didn't know that it was me that was seated there. That was why they were looking at me weirdly. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense right now. Maybe it was dark, or maybe just I don't know. She said, Messi, is this you? I was like, yeah, it's me. And then she was like, makeup is good though. I was like, wow. I was shocked. I didn't know how to behave. I was just like, I was embarrassed. I was very embarrassed, honestly. So when she left, I started to talk to every other person in the room, like try to find out like if it was an issue, because basically what she meant was like I looked completely different from the person she had seen in class earlier on. So makeup made me look different, and not in a good way. Like she didn't know that I was the one at all. So I had to ask other people, and they started to tell me. So what I found out, in essence, was that in my mind, I was doing like basic things to look natural. So it's like, why would I depend on makeup to even look natural in the first place? Like you trying to look natural is like you having your skin clean, your hair properly groomed, those type of things. But then I was depending on makeup to have a natural effect, which was very weird. Trying to put concealer to cover up spots, fill my eyebrows in a certain way and all that. And then those thin, really skinny eyebrows was trending. In fact, there was a thing about babes shaving off their eyebrows completely to give their eyebrows a certain type of shape that they wanted specifically for the sake of makeup. And I had shaped my brows really thin, then followed the trend, obviously. But then I didn't know that I depended so much on eye pencil to fill my brows. And also, some of my friends were saying, "Yeah, I always say I want to fill my brows for my brows." Like, it was. I had to start to think and say, "Okay, you know what? Why am I doing this? Why am I depending on makeup for basic things to just look natural?" Like it was so weird. I started to think about it, and gradually, I removed myself from that situation. It was hard at first because it's something I would just normally do, naturally do. It seemed really natural to me, but then I didn't know that I was dependent on it. Yeah, I think that's the word that basically describes it. And from then till now, what has happened is that I've tried once in a while to like try to do makeup, buy makeup product and all of that. I didn't leave it completely, but I just didn't use it for like my everyday use. and I've been able to purchase product and all of that. But what I noticed was that was my 300 level. So when I got to 400 level, I stopped buying makeup products completely because, to be honest with you, I found out that truly and truly, I was dependent. I didn't feel good about myself if I didn't have it on. So I had to like look for other things. I had to start wearing my hair naturally, properly, grooming myself properly to just make sure that I'm confident in myself enough to just walk around barefaced and natural hair on. Like, basically, that's it. And this it helped, it boosted my morale, it made me feel more confident. I remember I started feeling very, very confident at the time, and most time when people compliment me and say you are very fine, you're pretty, I'm like, I know. I'm supposed to say thank you, which usually it will shock me when they say it, but when I'm like like I know, because I know I tried my best. Before this thing happened, I had depended on what people had to say and blah, but I just didn't think about, I didn't grasp it like that. I didn't just like, dip it that way until this thing happened. And it's very funny because a lot of people, even as they've grown older, people my age and people that are older than I am are still, they're still like drawn to things that they just feel like, oh, their body isn't perfect. There's some things about themselves that is not perfect. Most times, if you think about it, you're probably just in your head and you need to get out of it. And even if somebody points it out to you, especially people that love you and like you, point out to you, just pay attention and say, okay, maybe, see why. Ask yourself, sit yourself down, ask yourself these questions and see. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share my video, and do all that good stuff. Yeah.
I'm a new bitch with a new style, got a new car.